Hey guys, it's Jeremy here at Metal Music Meltdown, back with another video. What do you have for today, guys? It's not just another album review, it's the album review of 2024. My favorite band, Opeth, is back with a new album, finally, after 5 years. Longest gap in between albums in their career, but well worth the wait, guys. This album fucking rips. I was blown away the first couple of listens. I've listened to it probably 4 or 5 times already. I really wanted to listen to it a bunch to kind of digest it as much as I could before giving my thoughts. And yeah, let's jump right in, guys. 14th studio album, like I said. First album with death metal growl vocals since Watershed in 2008. And the first fully conceptual album since 99's Still Life. And the concept of the album is interesting. So just kind of give you a brief synopsis of what the album's about conceptually. It's a concept album set in, I'm just reading it off the Wikipedia just to give you an idea. Concept album set post-World War I era, unfolding the story of a wealthy, conservative patriarch whose wife is infertile, whose last will and testament reveals shocking family secrets. So it pretty much shows that they had 3 kids there, a set of twin boys and a girl. And then when you kind of go through the album and listen to the lyrics and the story, you find out that the twins are not actually the rich dude's kids, like they're not his by blood. And the only one who is his is the daughter, but it's with the maid because his wife was infertile. And the way the songs are laid out, there's 8 tracks. The first 7 are paragraph 1 through 7, like you're reading a will and testament, which is genius, like really cool concept. And then the last track is just called A Story Never Told. So yeah, really cool concept. I thought it was really interesting, the angle he took on that one. Let's jump right into the actual songs. The opening song, just the paragraph 1, really strong opener. A lot of heavy parts, really chaotic, and a lot of textures and layers and stuff going on. Every time I listened to it, I heard something different. The growls, this was the first single they released as well as on this one. The growls are insane. Those really deep, menacing growls. Clean vocals are beautiful and crisp like they always are for Michael. And just a crazy song, like chaotic in the best way. Odd timing signatures, great guitar riffs, and it just kind of gives you an introduction of how the rest of the album's going to go. Really good opener, strong opener. The S2 or paragraph 2, really whimsical song. It's got kind of more of a groove to it, a little bit different sound than the first one. Still got some guttural vocals on here, interesting time signatures, really good guitar riffs, really memorable riffs on this one. And paragraph 3 was another single. Michael's clean vocals really shine on this one. This one doesn't have any growls, but really cool songs, really catchy riffs. Very, again, like all over the place, very whimsical sounding, and continues the story with the will and testament when you listen to the lyrics. Really cool song. And the paragraph 4 had a really cool kind of bluesy undertone to it, like jazzy undertone to it. Really cool solo in this one as well. 7-minute long song. It's one of the longer ones. I found the second half of the album a little bit overall stronger. I think I preferred it. It kind of built over as I went through. With the exception of the opening track, I overall think the second half was a little bit stronger. But S4 was another killer track. Paragraph 5 was one of my favorite songs on the album. It's the longest one as well. There's parts in this where it just really punches and hits aggressive. One of the more aggressive songs on the album for sure. Around the 4-minute mark, this is part where they just give it and it's just fucking aggressive and punches in your face. And it's just incredible and heavy, and the riffs are insane. The vocals are like back and forth, harsh and clean. And I found the music on this using like wind instruments to really swell up the undertone of the music, to lift it all up, and synths as well. So kind of a combination of wind instruments and synths on the underneath the heaviness to kind of lift the whole thing up. And then between the brutality of the heavy guitar riffs and the guttural vocals, and then contrasting it back and forth with like really clean passages and clean guitar leads and vocals, really portrayed the emotions of the concept, where you could see a bunch of people sitting in a room unveiling these family secrets and being shocked and angry and disbelief, and like your mind's like about to explode. It really portrays that feelings really well in the instrumentation, and just really intense. When you listen to this album a few times, you really start to hear the story, and you can hear the emotions behind the music, the way they constructed it. Masterpiece, and genius way to do it. Yeah, so like I said, number 5, one of my favorite tracks, really heavy, really aggressive. Paragraph 6 had a kind of a cool, as well as Paragraph 5. They both had a kind of a Middle Eastern kind of feel to parts to it, the way the scales were and stuff. I found that really interesting. Paragraph 7, another banger. Like I said, continues the story, really heavy parts, and some cool solos, lead work and stuff. Everything's like, really, just really, really top notch. And then out of nowhere, not paragraph 8, the last song, A Story Never Told, almost takes like a 180. Because the rest of the songs are very similar, like they're chaotic, but they're well constructed, they flow really well, they tell the story. And then when you get to the last track, all that strips away. The gutturals are gone, the intensity is gone, the heaviness is gone, and you're left with this beautiful song with just like keys and his voice and this guitar solo. Around the last 2 minutes, there's this guitar solo that is just amazing. It's so beautiful and well constructed. Just a beautiful piece of music. Might be my favorite song on the album. It's just an incredible way to finish the story and the album on a softer note. Definitely sounds like a song that could have came off Damnation. Like, it's beautifully written. Just a beautiful, soft song. It's incredible. That's one of the songs I went back to and listened to on its own a couple more times. So overall, guys, I'm trying not to make the video too long because I'll go on about this forever. Pros of the album, starting with production. The production is really warm on this album. It's very like that 70s kind of rock feel. Like the instrumentation sounds really warm. The guitar tone is warm. The vocals sound great. It sounds like it's a live recording in the studio. It doesn't have a lot of polish and like clicky drums. The drums are punchy and good as well. Michael's voice is amazing. His gutturals are deep and menacing sounding, but his clean vocals are like angelic and crisp and like just beautiful. And then on top of all that, if all that wasn't enough to make it an amazing album, he's got a prog legend, Ian Anderson, not only doing narration on some of the songs as like telling the story. He's got the guy playing flute. I'm like, what the fuck? That kicked in. I heard the flute kick in. I knew Ian Anderson was on this album, but I didn't realize he was going to have him playing flute on it as well. I'm like, holy crap. Just when it couldn't get any better, get Ian Anderson, a legend, to take part, and it's just ridiculous. So yeah, pros, production's amazing, perfect. Vocals are amazing. Musicianship is through the roof like it always is with Opeth. The concept is perfectly executed. The songs flow perfectly, beginning to end, tell the story perfectly. There's no like weird hiccups and it's definitely one of those albums where you can't really listen to the songs. They're meant to play the whole album. Like you have to hear the whole album in its entirety. It's not really an album I'd go back and play. I want to listen to, paragraph 6 or paragraph 2. With the exception of the last song, which is completely different than the rest of the album. That's one song I could see myself going back and just kind of playing that separately. But overall, it's definitely an album that has to be played in its entirety to really grasp the whole feeling of the album. Like I said, the musicianship's top notch. That guitar solo on the last song is just ridiculous. When you hear it, you'll know. I don't know, just like it's a perfect album. I was nothing really about it. On the first 1 or 2 listens, there was a couple vocal deliveries in the clean vocals that I thought were a little too theatrical at times and trying to be a little too whimsical, and it was bordering on cringe. But after a few more listens, I kind of got used to it. Maybe I'm not sure if that's the word, but there was a couple times with the vocal delivery on the cleans that I thought were bordering on cringe because they went a little theatrical. But that's one thing I really noticed, very brief moments like that, once or twice. But overall, perfect album. Fucking Opeth knocked it out of the park again. Score, 10 out of 10. Don't even think about it. My album of the year, possible. It's up there for contention for sure. I have to kind of digest it more and revisit my other couple albums that were up there for my contender of the year. It'll be in the top 5 guaranteed for my year-end list, no questions asked. It's just whether or not it'll be at number 1. So thanks for watching, guys. Let me know down below what you thought of the Opeth album. I thought it was a masterpiece. I'm dying to get my hands on a physical copy now. I didn't order it yet. But yeah, killer album, 10 out of 10. Listen to it right now. Amazing. So thanks for watching, guys. Keep it metal.